Good morning everyone. Here we were studying our fourth unit, that is nothing but the baseband receiver. In yesterday's session we have seen about how to represent geometrically a signal. We have seen signal space representation, conversion of continuous Avogadro wide Gaussian noise AWGN channel to a vector channel. So here we will revise this and then we will move to our next topic. So here you can see the block diagram of a digital data transmission, and here we are saying digital transmission does not require a modulations, that is the system is intended to be transmitted at a baseband, that is along a coaxial cable or a twisted pair of wires, which is what a telephone channel consists of. In the next section we can see here power spectral density of the encoder, which will have infinite bandwidth, and due to infinite bandwidth it is not possible to transmit this signal over a practical channels, such as we cannot transmit the signal over a airwaves or a telephone or a satellite channel, since the bandwidth of system is here limited. You can see here the block diagram of the baseband digital transmission. Here it will consist of transmitter, channel and the receiver. If you see at the receiver side, there will be the receiver filter. So here we are saying when we are supposed to do the communication, we must limit the bandwidth of the transmitted signal. So this may be done by inserting a transmit filter. That's why at the transmitter side also we are using the filter, so it will limit the bandwidth. And here we are inserting the transmit filter with the frequency response, which we are denoting by G of F at the transmitter. So if you see the block that follows the transmitter filter is nothing but after the transmitter filter there is a channel. So we can say the block follows the transmitter filter will be a channel whose frequency response we are denoting by H of F, and channel is the medium over which we are supposed to transmit the digital signal. Example, we can take telephone wire, fiber optic cable, the airwave. These are nothing but the channels. So here in the case of telephone wire, if we are taking as example, the frequency response of the channel rolls off at a rate proportional to the 1 by f. So in the most cases the frequency response of the channel is flat, except for the case of the airwaves when multipath is present. So here we are saying we are using any channel, like if we are using any telephone wire, the effect of thermal and other noise will be added, and due to which the noise process will come at the receiver input. So you can see here in the diagram, at the input of the receiver you will get the output which sent by the transmitter filter over a channel, but here there will be the addition of some noises. Even though the noise has very low level, it can nevertheless significantly impact the performance of the digital transmission system. This is because the signal level is comparable to that of the noise in the typical receiver system. So here you can say, since the noise is the Gaussian process, there is a finite probability that noise in any bit interval is large enough that it could cause a transmitted bit to appear on the wrong side of the threshold in the decision device. So here we can say the receiver will then detect the wrong value for that bit, and it will result a bit error. So here we are supposed to remove that. So we can say here we are supposed to wish to minimize the probability of occurrence of bit error. So here if you see in the next block in the transmission system, here we are using the receiver filter. So as like a transmitter filter, it will also has cutoff approximately 1 by 2 T. So here we can say that as a 3 Hz. So here the purpose of this filter is to reduce the noise power which is present at the decision device of receiver, thereby reducing the probability of bit error, and it will improve the performance. So we can say in many signal processing application that will involve decision making at the some stage. So if we are taking any electronic processing system such as communication, image processing, speech, that will require the detection of event so that we can collect more informations. So here after the receiver filter, we are using here the signal is sampled at the rate 1 by T samples per second, and these samples are given to the decision making device. You can see here after the receiver filter we are using the decision device. So here we can say the samples are fed to the decision device, which is essentially a 1 bit analog to digital converter. And if here y of nt is greater than k, where k is we are taking a threshold value, then we can say the corresponding output bit equal to 1, and otherwise its value will be 0. So the threshold value k is typically set to 0. So here we have seen when we are transmitting the data, when we are doing the digital transmission, at that time at the receiver side we are using the decision making device, so we can gather more informations. So here you can see the block diagram. When we are transmitting a data of baseband signal, at that time you can see here we are taking the sampling rate at the transmitter side will be fs equal to 1 by ts. So we will get sampling time will be equal to ts. After that we are doing the quantizing. We are quantizing each sample value to 1 of L level in quantizer. These consist transmitter, channel, receiver. We have already seen in our first unit when we have seen about the how we are doing the digital transmission at that time. So here we can see at the encoder we are encoding each quantized value to data bit. You will get here that value L equal to log 2 of L bits, and here we are taking the durations, that is TB equal to TS by L. So here we can say we are supposed to map every data bits to a symbol out of M symbol and transmitting a baseband waveform with durations T. So here when we are doing the transmission, at that time we are saying there are major sources of errors. These are nothing but this can be a thermal noise or that can be a intersymbol interference. So we can say there are major sources of the errors when we are transmitting a data. At that time the sources of error can be a thermal noise or can be a intersymbol interference. So we can say thermal noise as a Avogadro wide Gaussian noise that will distort the signal in additive fashions, which has flat spectral density for all frequencies of interest, and it is modeled by Gaussian random process. Again, there can be error due to the intersymbol interference due to the filtering effect of the transmitter channel and the receiver. And here symbols are smeared. So we can see here how the effect of that error on the channel. So you can see we will not get exactly the received signal. Received signal are distorted just because of this disturbance, because of the noise. And you can see if there is no disturbance, we can say received signal distorted by non-ideal channel only. So here you can see the waveform when we are transmitting the signal, received signal are distorted by AWGN channel, or it can be distorted by channel and noise. So here we can say when we are supposed to study about the baseband receiver, at that time there is a concept of demodulation and the sampling, because here we are supposed to take the original signal. We are supposed to neglect, we are supposed to reduce disturbance. So we can say here we are supposed to do waveform recovery and preparing the received signal for the detection. So here we want to improve the signal power to noise ratio. It means what? We are supposed to improve SNR, signal to noise ratio. So we can do this by using the match filter. So in today's session we are supposed to study the baseband receiver with SNR. It means what? Here we are supposed to improve SNR, and we can do this by using the match filter. So we will see this concept. And here we are supposed to reduce the intersymbol interference by using the equalizer. So here you will get the sampled recovered waveform. So here we are supposed to do the detection, we are supposed to estimate the transmitted symbol based on the received sample. So we can see here firstly about the received structure. When we are doing the digital transmission, when we are transmitting the signal over a baseband receiver, at that time you can see there are two steps. First step will be the waveform to a sample transformation, and we are sending the filter data to the decision device. That just we have seen the block diagram of the digital transmission. So here in first step, when we are taking the data from the transmitter over a channel, we are giving that to the received filter. So here when we are doing the demodulating and the sampling, at that time received signal R of t will given, the received waveform are given to the frequency down conversion for the band pass signal. Again we are giving that to the receiving filter, which we are supposed to use to improve the SNR, which will reduce the noise disturbance. So it will give that output to the equalizing filter, which will do compensation for channel which will introducing the intersymbol interference. So it will help to compensate induced intersymbol interference, and that we are giving as a sample to the decision making device. We can say that as a threshold comparison. So here when we are using the bandpass model of the detection process, we can say that is equivalent to the baseband model, because the received baseband waveform, if you see, the bandpass waveform is transformed to a baseband waveform. So we can say that will be the equivalent. So we can say here, we can see the equivalence theorem. Performing a bandpass linear signaling processing, we can follow here the signal to baseband and which will yield the same results. So here you will get the bandpass signal to baseband, which will followed by baseband linear signal processing. So here we are supposed to see the steps in designing the receiver. So to obtain solution for receiver design, we can follow goals like we are supposed to minimize intersymbol interference and we are supposed to improve signal to noise. So we can say we are having the goals. These are nothing but maximize SNR and minimize ISI. So to do this, there are steps in design. We are supposed to model the received signal and find separate solution for each of these goals to improve SNR, to reduce intersymbol interference. We are supposed to see some separate solutions which will give us maximize signal to noise ratio and which will give us minimization in the intersymbol interference. So firstly we will focus on designing a receiver. Which receiver? The baseband receiver, which will maximize the SNR. So here we can see the model of the received signal. So here when we are using the model of baseband received signal, we are saying baseband digital signal is transmitted without any modulations, and this baseband signal can either come from data source like computer or any digital communication, delta modulation, pulse code modulation, adaptive delta modulations. We will get that signal from any sources. So when we have seen transmission and reception of the digital signal without considering the effect of noise, now here we are supposed to see noise is important parameter when we are designing any communication system. So here the performance are evaluated in the presence of noise, and here we are supposed to see baseband receiver. So here we are supposed to study about the performance of the baseband receiver in the presence of noise. So for that purpose we are simply considering that noise as nothing but a Gaussian noise. So here we are saying when we are sending the data, we are doing the transmission. At that time there is a intersymbol interference and there is a Gaussian noise. So here we are supposed to reduce intersymbol interference. We are supposed to minimize the error probability of detection of the signal. So here we can see electrical noise and interference are produced by variety of sources within the receiver as well as outside the receiver. So the sources of the noise that will include thermal noise, switching transient, intermodulation noise, interfering signal. So here with proper precautions we can minimize, we can eliminate the effect of noise. Here we are supposed to reduce that noise. So thermal noise is caused due to the thermal motion of electron, and thermal motion will produces thermal noise in the transmitter as well as at the receiver. So that will be the additive in nature. So we are saying noise is random in nature, so we can say thermal noise also will be as a random in nature. So you will get here, if we are saying here that noise is a random. So random signal we are characterizing with the help of statistical parameter, which we have seen in the yesterday's session, how we are taking the statistical properties, how we are calculating the mean, variance. These mathematical calculations we have seen. So here we can say if we are saying the noise has zero mean and it will have variance. We are taking sigma x square. So we can say it has very few occurrence of the large amplitude signal. So when we are saying here we are transmitting the signal, and at the receiver side we are supposed to minimize the noise disturbance. So here we will get the spectrum of random signal in terms of its power spectral density. And how we are taking the power spectral density? We can denote by S later. So we can take Sn of f, that is nothing but the power spectral density of that random signal. So we can take that equal to n naught by 2. So here we can say that we will get, it will be flat at all frequencies. So we can say thermal noise has same power for all frequency. So we can call that as a white noise, and we can denote it by a WT. So here we are saying when we are transmitting the signal, at that time we are taking received signal equal to. In yesterday's session we have seen how we will get the received signal. We are getting that as a S of t plus WT. WT is nothing but white noise, and here we are taking that t value is in between 0 to capital T, and we are saying S of t is nothing but the energy signal which we are transmitting. So we can say that as a binary encoded signal. So here we can see the model of the received signal.